From distant shore and rugged sea, over ocean wave and island reef, the words of another tongue, echoed by terror's breath and gust, beckons with bowed, humble greeting. We've never met before. Don't know you. You don't know me. Just an introvert with social unease. One whose passion, always kept hidden, now and always stands with your cause, amidst silent prayers and mute applause. I confess an interest, a curious draw, towards your people and culture, of which I knew little, till shock of yesteryear, with horror so vulgar, and trauma so raw. Once we stood on lines opposed, behest of some government gang, watching and waiting, plotting and pacing for the war that never came, but was only just delayed. You cherished freedom, as do we, the right to love, live, and breathe, to chart your own course through tides of destiny, washing away the stains of rhetoric and regime, and never to bend a knee and crave and appease to foreign autocracy. And neither should we. Your words of faith, your tales of deeds, a woven tapestry of inspired humanity, of a people that endured famine and war, exploitation and more, only to fuel a drive to rebuild and restore. Like many in the West, with more trust than sense, we scoffed at the sirens of distant fires and sighs, and paid heed to a viper's poison lies. To our sorrow thus, now you must pay the price of our wishful folly with blood and sacrifice. And like most, my heart sank. With word of Russian attack, I whispered, God, stop this. Please aid them. Block this star from evil's cap. So much wrong in the world. Could you, Lord, just this once, help defeat the fallen horde? Grant victory over torment and sin. Give the good guys a much-needed win. Forced to take shelter from shard and missile, burning metal and shattered splinter, the soldiers of Satan act without shame, their gifts of death, leaving tokens of flames among broken shards of lives unmade. Black swans of steel, dropping bundles of shrapnel. Through carnage and fear, they rain man-made evil on hallowed church and steeple, urban block and refuge, hospital and school, shelters for the lost, left to fate's whim and tool. I think of the souls trapped in the enemy's yoke, forced to endure games of torment, their pains a cruel joke, forced to conceal until the time is right, a heart of unbroken hope and pride. And now I've heard, like beasts in the night, they abduct orphans, doubtless kicking and crying. To be raised by strangers will sway their minds, twisting truth to lies, to forget their own past, despise their own kind. To those poor children I'd whisper, if heaven gave away, it's okay, sweetie, don't worry, don't be afraid. Mom and Dad will find you again, just need to be brave. They'll never give up, they'll always love you, and they know you feel the same, and I promise you'll see them again someday, back home, or in another happier land of grace. For your brave soldiers who fell in defense of loved ones and pride, like a farewell companion, if so wished, I'd sit with them as they died. Tell them, thank you, defender of your kind. You did it, it's over. We're safe at last from the devil's hands. Just rest, don't worry. No more need to fight. Just look up and reach for that light. To the families of the martyred, through moments of grief, I'd say, I'm so sorry, please forgive me if I mispronounce your name. I can't offer much in treasure or trade, but what little solace I can give is yours, to do with what you may. If your mouth needs an ear to purge frustration and pain, should your burdens need a shoulder, I will never turn away. And so, in this, your time of terrible trial, this new American friend bears this message for you all, a digital bottle, with hopes, perhaps naive, it may yet bring a smile, a glimpse of calm, a passing balm through times of harrow and ordeal. Born and raised in the USA, amidst an age of division and strife, fallen dreams and hopes alike, yet love it still to this very day. But beside the panoply of stars and stripes, I'll always have room for a banner of gold and blue, a trident forged in the fire of a people's righteous ire, burning embers bright as our own Lady's flame. I pray for the day when the signs of evil are driven away, fleeing for their lives, hands outstretched with cloths of silken weight, like feral dogs humbled, no teeth left to bite, pleading for a mercy they've never shown, their dark prince cowed, at last dethroned, and remembering always the sacrifice borne, the day your flag soars once more above Crimean town and shore. Meanwhile, in the west, a silent somebody from somewhere else, from lands far away, will just as loudly cheer of the triumph bought so dear, that saved Ukraine, and perhaps more, from the scourge of the foeman's chain. Crimea is Ukrainian, always was, and ever will be. May God bless you all and give you victory. Slava Ukraini.